Warning, the views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and do not believe in cancel culture. This is the Nightcap, ladies and gentlemen. You already know. Viewer discretion is advised.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nightcap here on Boom Broadcasting, hosted by yours truly. It is me. Yes, it really is in fact me, mouthing off with Mike. I know I look a little different to some of you if you didn't catch the Halloween Havoc and the stash reveal, the Mike stash reveal. Well, here you are. Welcome into the Nightcap. And of course, my other half, one half of the main event mics and one half of your Monday Night Raw mics. I got the Prez, Michael Davis here in the building. What's going on, Prez? Long time no see.
Dude, long time no see. But for me, it's long time never see. You finally got the stash.
I finally got the stash, and unfortunately, you guys didn't help contribute by subscribing to Boom Broadcasting and mouthing off with Mike to get it. It was because of some Halloween pre-weekend shenanigans where I had to dress up like it's a Mario. It's a Mario. So you get the stash, at least for a couple weeks. That's it. That's the last time you're going to get it. So drink it in, man. You're not getting a stash ever again, Prez. I'm just letting you know. Drink it in. Enjoy it,
man.
Drink it in, man. Enjoy it while you got it, because like most things in last, you don't know what you got till it's gone. Listen, Prez, we got a little Monday Night Raw to talk about here tonight. I really can't even start Monday Night Raw without breaking down into these 2 hours of Raws, man. I don't really like them.
Yeah, it was a very weak go-home show for Monday Night Raw going into Crown Jewel, which, I mean, if you look at, like, Crown Jewel as a whole right now, it's like, it's the Gunther Cody match. It's the Nia Liv. I'm surprised we didn't even get, like, potentially Rhea taking the title away from Liv for this pay-per-view. There's a lot of SmackDown matches. There's the women's tag that didn't get any recognition tonight on SmackDown. There's 7 matches. I mean, he broke the 5-match rule. But yeah, it was a lot left to be desired tonight.
Yeah, tonight's Raw, a miss, and we'll talk about the highs and we'll talk about the lows. And we'll talk about the even lowers, when it comes to our personal opinions here about Raw. Shout out to Chris, host of the Dugout Debrief on Boom Broadcasting, the only baseball podcast that Boom Broadcasting has. This isn't the Yankees game. Yeah, Chris, you're a Dodger fan. You're happy. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to talk about it. You can hit the chat up if the Yankees tie this game. If not, out of sight, out of mind, ladies and gentlemen. Logan James, hello. Welcome in, good brother. Always a pleasure to see your name pop up here in the comments. And ZWC as well. Always great to see you. That R-Truth segment had me rolling. You're going to die. Good luck against the Wyatts. You're going to die. Absolute R-Truth. An actual crown jewel. Unlike the terrible premium live event this Saturday. R-Truth is the actual crown jewel of WWE. Prez, should we start breaking things down DX style?
Break it down.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. So main event, Jey Uso is going to yeet to start Monday Night Raw here tonight, Mike. And we got an appearance from Jimmy Uso, Mr. No Yeet, his former brother. They have a little bit of a reuniting here tonight on Raw. It looks like Jay's back in with the bloodline, But is the real bloodline really back, Mike? What do you think here?
It's getting there. It's getting there. They're doing a really good job of telling this story, Mike. I am blown away by the interaction in the ring, the interaction backstage. Really blown away by like how Raw ended right before that Priest Dom match. It was just, dude, and people are going to be like, oh, they're SmackDown guys. Why did they take away from Raw? Like Raw's dropped down to 2 hours. Like, if you're getting to like a potential like Survivor Series match, you needed to escalate this story. And with Jay being a Raw guy, it works that this is also developing on Monday Night Raw.
It's the longest storyline in WWE history. Let's be real here. Come on now. We're going on 5 years now. We're still talking about the bloodline story. It's still going on. Everyone was like, it's over once Roman drops the title. It was never over. That's just a chapter in the story, ladies and gentlemen. It's just another chapter in this long, unwinding tale when it comes to the bloodline family and the Samoan dynasty. Prez, let's get into it here. We're gonna try to talk about everything related to the bloodline in one shot for the people to make your lives a little bit easier. So after this whole interaction and everything breaks down, the new bloodline attack and these two fend off, but that's not really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the interaction with Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. Why is it that when the bloodline, you get wrapped up into the bloodline, something in you changes? Because this was not fun-loving yeet Jey Uso talking to Sami Zayn. This was, you're not a part of this family, Us. This is family business. Talk to me here. What's going on?
Dude, it's kind of crazy, like, Jay and Sami having their ebbs and flows. Like, originally, Jay was like, you're not a part of this, and then Sami gets to be an honorary Us, and then, Jay starts coming around, and then Sami turns, and then Jay's like, no, and then Jay realizes, oh, I should have went with Sami and sided with Sami, and then Jay turns, and then Sami helps Cody get Jay to Monday Night Raw, and then Sami and Jay are doing the high five and
the handshakes, and they're talking about going for tag titles, and now all of a sudden Jay's like, mind your business,
buddy. Like, I was wondering how you would rope everybody into it, and they have done a phenomenal job. Like, this is long, like you said, one of the longest stories in WWE history. Like, this is long-term storytelling, and the fact that it feels like they have mapped everything out to the very detail means just so much to me as a fan. It makes me feel appreciated as a fan that my time is not wasted on a Monday night. There used to be a time where it felt like my intelligence was being insulted. Like, there'd be a whole different 3-hour Raw from like week to week. Like, storylines would just be dropped out of the blue. Characters would change on a dime. Like, it was just chaos. And you could tell the script was written 30 minutes before the show, or, it was being written as it aired live during the old Vinnie Mac era. But dude, the fact that this bloodline story is just like, is so woven and it's so fine-tuned that it's like, I have gratitude for Triple H now. I have gratitude for the bloodline because they actually invested their time into this story and all the moving parts to where, like, I want to invest my time into watching it. And the fact that Sami got the ultimate level of rejection of, like, all he wanted to do was be a part of the bloodline. And now it's like he finally saved Jay, and Jay's like, you're not in this family. Like, that had to hurt Sami at some level of his core being. It had to have hurt Sami to be like, wow. I mean, how much I did for them, how much I did for Jay, and Jay doesn't even consider me a friend or a brother now.
Well, it definitely shows how hurt he was, because later on when the Usos were leaving, we caught in the background, little devils in the details tonight on Raw, Sami Zayn talking with that fraud ass tribal chief Solo Sikoa. What's up with that, Sami? Just like that, bro. Just like that. One family rejects you, you're gonna go move on to the next family. What kind of shenanigans is this?
Buddy, that made no sense to me, though. It was like, that was what caught me out of left field, because I'm like, okay, Jay and Jimmy reunite, and then they have that interaction with Sammy, and I'm like, okay, they're starting to build towards it. But the fact that Sammy talked to Solo, like, you don't know what they talked about, but it didn't look like Sammy was, like, annoyed. It didn't look like Jacob was about to, jump down Sammy's throat. It was just, oh, this is like smiling friends, casual conversation. It was weird, dude. It was weird.
Yeah, very odd. I guess watch SmackDown on Friday to see what happens next in the Bloodline storyline. We got Sheamus taking on Ludwig Kaiser. I will miss Samantha Irving's announcing of Ludwig Kaiser. Much love to Samantha Irving. What do you got here for us, Prez? What are you thinking with Shamo and Ludwig Kaiser?
I like their story. I like their feud, but it's time to be over. It felt like when you're on WWE 2K GM mode and you do one too many matches and you like start losing star ratings, that's what this felt like. It should have been like, what was it? The Belfast Brawl or the Donnybrook match where
Donnybrook, a good old fashioned Donnybrook,
where Sheamus hit the white noise on the steps. Like that should have been the finale and just drop it. But Sheamus is in a program with Butch / Pete Dunne now. Ludwig Kaiser should be helping Gunther prepare for his match with Cody. Or Ludwig should try to go after the Intercontinental title. Like, it just felt like, why have this match on October 28th? Because we saw it on August.
Damn. Okay. Good point. Good point. I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, I think you gotta get Sheamus in that IC title picture too, somehow, some way. And I think, he's got to rack up some wins here and there. Yeah, not really much to write home about for the first little bit of action on Raw. I'm indifferent on it. It was a match for me that happened. So you're always going to get a good outing from Sheamus. You can never, he's an ace in the hole. You need a match. You need an quick opening match. You can go out there, get you 10, 15 minutes. Boom. He's got you covered. So that's what I felt here.
DH.
So hey, DH, man, big time. You need a hit. Don't call Aaron Judge. Anyway, call up Sheamus. Listen, Zelina Vega, Ivy Nile here. Our second taste of women's action / segment, because we got a little segment with Rhea on Raw here tonight. But this is it. This was the women's match of the night.
It made no sense. Like, if you're trying to elevate the Liv Morgan Nia Jax match, if you're making this whole new title, like, why didn't we get any advancement towards that? You also could have had like Tiffany Stratton show up because of the beef between Tiffany and Nia, like Nia choosing Candice over Tiffany on SmackDown this past Friday. Like, you had nothing of that sort, but instead you have Zelina versus Ivy, which, no disrespect to them when I say this, it felt like a filler match. It felt like we needed to get the women on at some point, and we just threw two random people together. There was no real advancement to any story in this match. I mean, the only advancement with Alpha Academy was like what happened later. So it was like,
I would say yes and no, because Alpha Academy, or not Alpha Academy, American Made. Come on now, get it together here, Prez. Get it together. American Made lost to Ray and Dragon Lee in the qualifying match. So I think the Ivy Nile win here is a direct relation to that and what we saw later on in the Triple Threat Tag match. I think there is a storyline advancement here. It just felt what you said. They were like, man, we got to put the women on Raw. Let's just throw a quick couple week rivalry between LWO and American Made, and we'll do Zelina and Ivy on tonight's Raw. Here's my problem. Forget about this. The match was fine. Good match. I think Zelina Vega has the potential to be a champion in WWE. I've said it many times. I think Ivy Nile as well does. She beats her. But Mike, here's what's getting me. I said this at the very first Nightcap for the 2 hours of Raw. I said, I'm giving Triple H to the end of October. Hi, Andrew. I'm giving Triple H to the end of October before I can give a final grade assessment for the first month of 2-hour Raws. And when it comes to the women's division, and Triple H, you're getting a C minus, dog. A C minus. Listen, I know C's get degrees, but for me personally, and the women's wrestling fans out there, or just the professional wrestling fans out there, don't even really need to throw the women in front of it. It's just, that's what it is. It's wrestling. You got to do something better, my man. You got 2 more months. You cannot give us one women's match and one women's segment, or one women's match and 2 women's segments. I'm going to consistently refer to your partner in crime, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. With NXT, he has 2 hours and 5 minutes, give or take, with an overrun. Even CW ain't giving no overruns these days. So he's got 2 hours. He can throw in 3 and 4 different women's matches / segments. Even some episodes of NXT I've watched, Mike, there's been 5 women's matches and 3 women's segments. Why not Raw? 2 hours. It's the same. You have the same amount of time as Triple H or as Shawn Michaels does in NXT, and you're giving us one women's match. I understand there's other stories. I get it. But really, that's it. That's all we got tonight.
Yeah, could have done a lot better, especially if you're trying to hype up Crown Jewel, like Liv and Nia, hype up that. Rhea, have her come down and absolutely destroy somebody. Raquel, have her have a match to show that she can still go and be dominant. Like there were some missed opportunities.
Missed opportunities is the understatement, because you got Liv there tonight. Rhea's there in some sort of capacity. We saw that video package from her. So you mean to tell me you couldn't get anybody over from SmackDown to hype things up? I mean, what, they save it all for SmackDown this Friday? Because what, didn't they pre-tape SmackDown last week is what I saw?
I have no idea. I haven't heard of any SmackDown spoilers, so no spoilers in the comments. If you're in YouTube.
I didn't watch last Friday's SmackDown, so I didn't even know that we had matches added until I hopped on social media Friday night and I saw some matches, and I saw that the Motor City Machine Guns won the tag titles too. Hell yeah. I wish I would have had a Nightcap Friday night, because I would have been celebrating, man. I would have been going crazy. Triple H, figure it out, bro. Figure it out. Listen, we got big, meaty men, and a man who might have a bad knee, but I don't know if his knee's bad. A man, by the name of Seth friggin' Rollins. They're brawling. They're brawling, Prez. They're brawling everywhere. They're brawling here. They're brawling there. They're brawling in the back of the truck. They're brawling at ringside. I like this, man. I think this is a great feud, and this is a great rivalry. One of the bright spots heading into Crown Jewel is Bronson Reed getting a big match on a premium live event.
And this is also the only match I saw from Raw that was actually enhanced going into a pay-per-view. So that's why I was like more disappointed with WWE tonight. Like they didn't really focus on Crown Jewel if it was going to be a big deal. But they did make this a big deal. Obviously Bronson Reed, if he has a big feud, they're going to brawl somewhere and something crazy is going to happen. But I don't understand the strategic placement of bubble wrap on the tables that they crashed through.
The orange. They were supposed to be, orange bubble wrap. It's Halloween season. First of all, where the F was my trick or street fight tonight on Raw? Excuse me? Where the hell was my trick or street fight?
Maybe we get Friday.
No, it ain't Halloween Friday. It's November 1st. It's Dia de los Muertos. What are we talking about here? And then what are we doing? The Dia de los Muertos street fight now? I'm down.
Could have had Penta show up.
I mean, I'm cool with that. Hey, have him show up if he's coming over. If Phoenix is locked down, for another couple months, bring Pentagon Jr. over. Let me get a little Zero Miedo. But no, for real, I just remembered this, and it's because Rick 8-Bit mentioned it the other night talking about trick or street fights, and I was like, oh, he's right. We're going to get one on Raw. We did not get one. And I just remembered this. No spooky season theme tonight on Raw either. What's up with that?
And
it's 3 days away. No
and
decorations.
No spooky season on Mouth Off with Mike's wrestling podcast YouTube channel.
Well, dude,
What's
that's
up with that?
That's coming. That's what are you talking about? You don't even know. I already told the people Wednesday when we do the nightcap. You know, I gotta see who's coming on the nightcap first. But I'm gonna be in costume Wednesday night. We're gonna have a little fun on a nightcap. I'll be in costume. You get to see it's me, a Mikey O, on the nightcap. I'm gonna talk the entire nightcap in the worst Italian American accent. Just like this. So we're gonna talk about the wrestling, and then we're gonna do this the whole show. So be prepared Wednesday night for the Fright Night Dynamite nightcap. See, he doesn't even know. The Prez, this is how out of the loop he is. He's like, "You're no spooky season here tonight for you." But if only you knew. If only you knew. If only you knew.
I may have just given you a layup or an alley-oop, but it's okay. Don't give me credit for the assist. I know it's not basketball season yet.
It is. Technically, it is basketball season, right?
It is. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Give me an assist.
And you should 100% go listen to the new podcast that just dropped on Boom Broadcasting today, which is all basketball, hosted by Jason, who you've seen on the Sideline Savant show with the commish Wayne. He's got his own basketball show here. Prez, you want to give the people a little details real quick? Is there as our commercial break?
Yeah. 3 from deep. Jason's doing a really good job. He's done a lot for Boom here in the last couple months. He's really just hit the ground running, sharing everybody's shows, watching a lot of the shows, and just taking it seriously. And now he's got an NBA pod. I got to listen to it today. It was awesome. Really recapping this entire opening week of the NBA. Plus, he dropped his favorite top 5 hip hop DJs. I was like, okay.
I messed. That's hell yeah.
Dude, it was so cool.
What a guy. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So go check it out, folks. We got all kinds of content coming your way here on Boom Broadcasting. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with the bang. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Seth freaking Rollins, Bronson Reed, one of the only storylines that was progressed here tonight on Monday Night Raw. So I agree, Prez. Some good stuff here. What was the big pop during the opening promo between the Usos tonight? Shout out to Ryan here.
Yeah.
Co-host of the Cat Cave with Shannon Smith on Tobacco Road Sports Radio.
And tap outs and touchdowns. Ryan does his own thing. I honestly thought this was going to be Roman. I could see people in the crowd just looking to the ramp, and maybe they were putting out pyro or whatever, but I thought it was going to be Roman. But then Jimmy's like, "Oh, Roman's going to be there this Friday. Are you pulling up?" And
yeah, he hit him with that. It was the fake out on the Roman's going to be here this Friday, and oh my God. And then the Bloodline, coming through the crowd, got the crowd to
maybe they just spotted Bloodline 2.0 trying to lurk.
I think so. I think the crowd saw. I mean, they came in through the crowd, so of course they're gonna see it first and react. So come on, Prez. What do you think? What are you doing here, huh? There was a noise during their promo, and the crowd went kind of nuts for a second. Yeah, I think they misplayed something. They were playing something.
Hey,
I didn't catch it. I honestly did not catch it.
It was probably Tongaloa. He decided to show up, and he didn't have his hood on or whatever, and then everybody's like, "Oh man, of course it was Tongaloa messing it up again."
Classic Tongaloa, dude. Classic Tongaloa.
Classic.
Infamous Tongaloa. A good match here tonight on Monday Night Raw. The finals for the number 1 contender to see who's going to take on the Judgment Day for the World Tag Team titles. We got Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. We've got the War Raiders. I'm so happy they're back. And we've got the New Day here. And your new number 1 contenders, ladies and gentlemen. War. 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 The War Raiders, baby. I'm amped up about this. I love Eric and Ivar. The Prez looks miserable. Why, Prez? Why? Why the long face, man?
Buddy, I would have loved to have seen Ray and Dragon win. And, not saying they have to beat the Judgment Day, but, it'd be cool to see Ray and Dragon have a quick little title run at this stage in both of their careers. Could have had the New Day. Could have had Kofi accidentally cost Xavier the tag titles, and then that leads to their split up. But it feels like just the War Raiders come in and, they win. And it's like the Mercy Machine Guns came back in their second match. They won the tag titles. Now it's like, oh, the War Raiders come back in like their second or third match back. They're going to win the tag titles. It's like, come on, give me an original sort of something for Raw and SmackDown. Like, give me something original that I don't see on both programs. It's like, oh, we got a new tag team. Let's immediately throw the championship belts on them. I don't like it.
I mean, you're gonna have to do something with this tag division. What are them titles doing right now on the shoulders of Finn and JD McDonough? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Diddly squat. Nothing. So I'm cool with it. Give a little war. Give a little shakeup. These guys are talented, gifted tag team specialists. They've been doing it for decades. Ring of Honor. It's time, man. We gotta start seeing some new faces holding titles. That's the Triple H era. We're getting new people. We're getting new people over. We're getting what we've always desired for years.
With the tag division?
With everything. What do you mean? With the tag, I'll take this with the tag division. At least something's happening with the tag division. At least Joe Tessitore's not on Raw going, yeah, and the Judgment Day, this is the first time they've defended those titles in over 100 days. Yeah, at least we're not getting that on Raw, like we did a few months back when they didn't defend the titles. At least we have the Motor City Machine Guns as tag team champions on the SmackDown side that can not even breathe a breath of fresh air, literally resuscitate that tag team division. Literally. And I think that's what they're going to have to do here with the division on Raw. They got to forget about breathing fresh air. We need to get CPR. We need to get the paddles out and clear until we get a pulse back. Staying alive. Yeah, hit the CPR. Staying alive.
Was CPR and first aid certified at one point in time.
All right, so just in case I, go down on the Nightcap, Mike can bring me back to life virtually. And,
I was certified, like past tense.
Keyword is was certified.
Past tense.
I remember back in my day that if you didn't defend the belt in 30 days or less, you lost the belt. That's what I'm saying. Or I want that rule back. That's the rule that should come back. If we're going to get crazy, let's get nuts. 30 days, you don't defend your title, stripped.
I want to know the amount of days it was between Rhea dropping the title to SummerSlam when she was healthy enough to wrestle Liv. I want to know the amount of days between that time because it feels like the amount of time that elapsed for the World Tag Team titles being defended. Just saying.
June, July, August, 3 months. She won it in May, Liv.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you going to do? That's the breaks, we gotta do it. 30 days, man, unless it's Brock Lesnar. Yeah. I mean, it's over I'm sorry. If you're Brock Lesnar fans, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you it is over. It is very much over. I think.
You don't think he comes back?
No. Why do you want him back?
I don't want him back.
No, I'm just saying in general. Why do you want him back? We don't need Brock Lesnar. The only thing that I would want Lesnar for is for the retirement match against Gunther. To have Gunther beat down Lesnar and retire him. That would be it. And you're not getting that because of all the implications in that lawsuit. So, period at the end of the sentence, not happening. I'm sorry, folks. I'm not here to pop bubbles or burst bubbles, but it's just a fact of life, man. Didn't Liv defend the belt at King and Queen?
What I was mentioning is Rhea had to drop the title due to injury.
He's talking about from post WrestleMania to SummerSlam when they had the rematch.
Mm-hmm.
So she won it in, if I remember correctly, she won it in May at King and Queen of the Ring against Becky.
Yeah.
Tail end of April. It was tail end of April, beginning of May. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Then June, July, August, SummerSlam was August, what, the 3rd this year? It was a
Yeah, it was
beginning of August,
it
yeah.
was very
So,
beginning
yeah,
of
June,
August.
July, so 2 months.
Mm. Mike's thinking.
No, Mike,
Mike thinking about Mario. Mario.
um, it
What match we got next? Are you going to keep loving your War Raider boys?
No, I wanna keep loving my War Raider bros. You gotta talk about American Made
Oh,
costing,
right. Chad
Rey
Gable.
Mysterio. Yeah, exactly. You gotta talk about Chad Gable here. So we're gonna probably do LWO and, American Made. Maybe American Made can get some wins?
Dude, it feel I mean, obviously everything's at the expense of LWO now, so
Yeah. We'll see how long that takes for them to dissolve that group again and everyone goes on their own or something. I know it's coming down the pipeline eventually. Let's talk about the main event. I guess we've made it to the main event. This is a streamlined nightcap tonight. Dirty Dom versus Damian Priest. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, Dirty Dom beat a former world heavyweight champion by the name of Damian Priest. And Damian Priest, Mike, went absolutely ballistic after the match. Very similar to how ballistic I'm going to go if the Yankees lose tonight, and how ballistic he probably is going to go now that he went back to the locker room and saw the score of the Yankees game. So, Mike, what do you got?
I obviously knew Damian Priest was the former world champion. Some people were like, "Oh, it's gonna be John Cena, it's gonna be John Cena.
It's
It's
going to
gonna
be
be
Goldberg. It's going to be Lesnar. I was like, it's Damian Priest for the love of all that is holy.
it's literally Damian Priest." Did not see Dom winning. By the way,
I
I didn't see Dom winning. That shocked me. I was like, "Oh, Damian's already put his name in the hat for Gunther. They're going to get a rematch, everything now that, Damian's kind of moving on from the Judgment Day." And then all of a sudden, Dominic Mysterio wins. So does that mean like after Crown Jewel, we get Gunther versus Dominic Mysterio for the World Heavyweight Championship?
Yes, sir. Dirty Dominic is going to get his chest caved in against the Ring General Gunther. It's happening in that Survivor Series, dude. It's going to happen at Survivor Series, and I cannot wait to watch Dirty Dom get ragdolled. Maybe it doesn't happen at Survivor Series. Maybe it happens on Raw in like 2 weeks. Who knows? But Dirty Dom is going to get yeeted, beaten, abused, maybe tortured. The man is going to be begging to be put back in jail. He's going to be begging to get locked back up.
He's like, "Put me in the shark cage.
Put me back in the shark cage. Put me back in prison. I can't do it. I don't want. My man's going to be flinching every time he walks past Gunther for the foreseeable future.
Also, would this pummeling make Gunther a babyface? Now that
It's
he's
gonna
beaten
get
the most hated heel.
It's gonna.
Is
He's
this
gonna
how
be
they
the top
changed
babyface
Gunther
on
to a
Raw.
babyface?
How could you boo Gunther after he absolutely destroys Dirty Dom? You can't boo the guy. He literally, he's gonna whoop this guy. I love it. I absolutely love that. Just the thought of having Dirty Dom versus Gunther.
Mm.
People may not like that. They're like, oh, what a waste of a match. No, that's going to be good. That's going to be good shit right there. That's going to be good shit.
Such good
shit. Oh man, no Damage Control on Raw tonight, but Damage Control on SmackDown Friday. I think Damage Control face-to-face Bayley backstage promo as a sorry to Bayley. Logan, do you know something that I don't? Did you see spoilers next week and you just inadvertently spoiled it for me?
I don't know if that's a spoiler.
I think that's a prediction he has, which I mean, I'm not mad at it. Damage Control could use a a little strength in numbers right now. You know, they're down. Where's Asuka? I thought should be on the mend.
I hope so. I miss her.
I miss the Empress. I miss Asuka. I'm a big Asuka stan. I absolutely love Asuka, dude.
I'm a big Dakota Kai guy.
If it happens in Saudi, it doesn't happen in the records. Dom versus
Like
Gunther from Saudi.
DX versus Brothers of Destruction.
Was Logan at the taping? LOL. Oh God, no, please.
Logan
Oh
Paul?
no. Not the worst tag team match in the history of tag team matches. The DX and the brother. Oh,
it's not in the records. It didn't happen.
Didn't happen. It was scratched. We scratched it. We struck it from the records. Oh, Logan says that's his prediction for SmackDown. Plausible.
Okay.
I mean, you've cooked Logan. Listen, I gotta give credit where credit is due while we're live. Logan a couple weeks ago was like, I think we're gonna see a face-to-face with Io Sky and Kairi Sane and Julia and Stephanie Vacour. And then the following week on NXT last week, Logan, you got your wish. You got your wish. So, ladies and gentlemen, you never know who we might be wiretapped. There might be the tap. Then we might have a pulse right there. Man, Raw tonight, not as fun as getting to talk about Raw with Mike tonight, to be honest with you. If I were to give it here, I would say it was I'm not really a fan of candy corn, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give it 3 candy corns out of 5. That is a foul ball. Damn.
Oh, I was thinking a 5 out of 10. So we're pretty close. 2.5 candy corns. I love some candy corn.
I absolutely hate candy corn. It's the worst Halloween candy.
Well, you can be wrong, and that's okay, because that means if you guys get candy corn, I can give y'all an address to send your candy corn to, and I will be glad to consume your candy corn.
I plead the fifth. There's so many things I could take that. I could run that so many different directions. I could run that like Jalen Hurts this past weekend. I could run that like never mind. Sorry, Mike. Sorry about your boys. Because you're about to hit me with the sorry about your Yankees in about 2 innings in text message because we're losing 4-0. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a Yankees fan and you're watching this, I welcome you in. If you're a Dodger fan and you're watching this, so be it. Congratulations on most likely winning the World Series this year because the Yankees are going down in the most lifeless way possible. But that's everything for Monday Night Raw. Looks like we got a cup of hater. I'm a cup of hater. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a candy corn guy. If you want candy corn, more power to you. You give me some of them Reese's cups. Let me get a little Butterfinger. Let me get a little Twix. Let me get a Kit Kat. Kit Kat, my all-time favorite candy. Let me get a Kit Kat. Break a piece of that.
Kit Kat's my favorite candy of all time, too.
So there we go. Mike and Mike. We're going to have a break one of these days. Listen, Prez, what's going on with Boom Broadcasting this week before we send the people to bed?
Yeah, 3 from deep to today, out of pocket today, Nightcap tonight. Obviously, it's all available on demand through Boom Broadcasting. Shannon drops quick hits tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. He's on Tuesdays, Fridays now at 9 a.m. Tomorrow, Dad and the Boys. I'm very intrigued on how that will go with my dad. At 3 o'clock, we'll talk about the Cowboys 49ers game. And then out of pocket again tomorrow, top quarter rankings. You said nightcaps this week. I know Wednesday. I know Friday.
The Friday Night Dynamite nightcap. We've got the Friday Night SmackDown nightcap. And I guess Saturday after Crown Jewel. If you guys want it, I'll do it. I haven't put it in the air. It's in the air right now because it all depends on if Crown Jewel, I don't really have hype around Crown Jewel, but if the people want it, you can hit me up. You can hit me up.
I feel it coming in the air tonight.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Saturday night.
I feel it. I do not feel it now, Mr. Krabs. I do not feel it now, Mr. Krabs. I am not feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. Listen, nightcaps this week. Content on Boom Broadcasting from everybody. Sean Lucas with It Stinks and Wrestling of Destiny. The Prez with Out of Pocket. Man Behind the Mic. Dad and the Boys with his Pops. Carson with the Lombardi Party. You got Wayne with Sideline Savants. You got Chris DeLuca with the Dugout Debrief. Probably by the time he drops his episode, he'll be having a World Series championship parade on a show, and I'll be watching in utter pain. But, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Nightcap. I am mouthing off with Mike. That is the Prez of Boom Broadcasting, Michael Davis. Make sure you're subscribed to Boom Broadcasting. It's free. And make sure you follow me and Mike. Bye, guys. Oh, yeah. And make sure you get me some gabagool. That's all I got to say. Bye, guys.